Welcome to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Wednesday, October 7th at 6 o'clock, I'll join WorkFast Advantage in celebrating the launch of their stimulus package training programs. The event will take place at El Salvadoreño Restaurant on 1128 Elizabeth Avenue. For more information, call 289-3778. On Thursday, October 8th of this week, at noon, I will join members of the Italian community as well as other Elizabeth residents for the flag raising of the Italian flag in celebration of Christopher Columbus Day, which will be celebrated by our country on Monday. This event will take place at noon at City Hall on Thursday. On Saturday, October 10th at 11 o'clock, I'll join the historic Midtown Elizabeth Special Improvement District in their annual historic reenactment. It will include a reenactment of a tactical battle in Elizabeth and a walking tour of the historical grounds of the First Presbyterian Church and the cemetery located on Broad Street. For more information, call 355-9600. And on Sunday, October 11th, I'll join the First Presbyterian Church of the City of Elizabeth and the Red Ribbon Fellowship in AIDS Awareness on Sunday. This event will remember those that were lost and those that are living with HIV/AIDS. A worship service will begin at 11 o'clock, followed by an AIDS quilt display from 12 noon till 5 o'clock. The program will end with a candlelight vigil at 5:30, and that will take place at 42 Broad Street in Elizabeth. For more information, call 353-1518 or 353-2214. Also that afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'll attend the 21st anniversary of the Columbus Day celebration. It will feature a doo-wop jukebox, DJ Dennis DeSonoma, and a home-style Italian-American buffet. Tickets are $45, $35 for seniors, $50 and $40 for seniors at the door. The celebration will take place in Amici's Restaurant, located at 1700 West Elizabeth Avenue in Linden. If you need more information concerning these events or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 820-4124. And I also want to let you know that we'll be using these United States Census 2010 cups, that it's in our hands. It's important that when you receive the information about the U.S. Census early next year, that you complete it as quick as possible. An actuary count, the more the numbers we have, the more financial money we get from the federal and state government. So please complete your census and tell your neighbors to fill out the census form as well. And for the first show, we're going to have a guest, Miss Anjuli Fernandez, who is the outreach coordinator and the job developer at the Retail Skills Center. And we're going to be talking about the fall hiring season, the successes that she's had over at the Retail Skills Center, as well as what to expect in the future, as in the City of Elizabeth we're trying to stay ahead of the curve in training many of our residents for the job openings during this very difficult economic times. And Julie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Mayor. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Yeah, you've been introduced like that before, though, right?
Wow, you make me sound great. So.
First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, your schooling, before we get into your actual performance over there at the Retail Skills Center.
Sure. Well, I'm an Elizabeth resident. I was raised here since a baby, and basically I graduated from Kuwait University in 2006 with a degree in International Relations and Latin American Studies. And after I graduated, I found myself at St. Joseph Social Service Center, where I worked for 2 years at the job program. And then somehow I was connected with you, and I found myself at the Retail Skills Center now, working as the outreach coordinator.
Now, what university was that?
Colgate.
Colgate University.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it was really a competitive process, but it was a wonderful experience. Colgate happens to be in the central part of New York, and so it was quite a change from Elizabeth.
Not much to do up there, right?
Well, let's just put it this way. There's a downtown that is basically just 2 small streets, and the most exciting things that happen are a new movie comes to town, or there's an ice cream shop that you can try a new flavor of ice cream. So you basically end up focusing on your studies a lot.
That's probably why there's a lot of success out of Colgate then.
Yeah.
And you went to high school here?
Actually, I went to an all-girls high school in Clark, Mother Seton Regional High School.
Okay.
So.
And how does that prepare you for Colgate?
Oh, it prepared me very well. The sisters that are there are very strict, and they really focus on academics.
Now tell me, Angelia, about you also speak numerous languages.
Yes, I speak Spanish and French.
And English.
And English, yeah.
So Spanish and French have to be a great help in the Retail Skills Center, especially in this climate with people from Haiti or people who speak Spanish who are coming to look for jobs.
Definitely. I find myself using Spanish on a daily basis, and from time to time I will speak French. So, yeah, definitely.
I studied French in high school, but I don't know a heck of a lot. Je m'appelle Chris is probably all I remember from.
Très bien, très bien.
Sister Electa will be upset about that. And como se llamo naturally in French, right? So.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, I mean.
Yo me llamo.
So I could say como se llamo, and then I'd say je m'appelle Chris in answering you, right? Would that work?
Well, you got your languages a little mixed up.
I know that. One's Spanish, one's English.
But I follow you.
You follow us, yeah. What training courses are you offering at the Retail Skills Center? First of all, tell us about your first initial reaction to the Retail Skills Center. It's something that's been there since 1999. We're celebrating the 10-year anniversary this month of the mall opening, as well as the Retail Skills Center. So what was your reaction when you first went over to the Retail Skills Center and you said, hey, is this for me? Is this not for me? Am I going to think I'm going to like it? What were your impressions?
Well, it's a great place to be. My first reaction was that it's a happening place. I mean, there's so many opportunities and there's so many people that shop there from all over the world. I recall hearing stories from my boss about Irish tourists that drop over $25,000, $30,000 in one visit at the mall. So tourism is a really big asset to the economic well-being of the Jersey Gardens Mall. And so if someone happens to be from another country and they're looking to get into the mall, it's actually a great place for them. So I noticed that there were so many different people, and I was excited by the opportunity that I would get a chance to network with managers. And each store has its own flair, its own charm, so it's really an exciting place.
So the training courses that you offer over there, tell me about those.
Well, we offer 2 classes right now. Our first class is customer service and sales. And our second class is English as a second language for healthcare workers. And the customer service and sales class basically prepares people to work in the retail environment. It will go over things like how to develop your communication skills, your active listening skills. It will also cover resume writing and interviewing. And at the end of the 3 weeks, you receive a certificate from Union County College stating that you are qualified, that you're certified to go into the retail industry.
And how do people then use that to move forward?
Well, as a manager, it looks more impressive that someone invested their time into their education, and I think it basically establishes more credibility and trust so that they might be more willing to give you a chance versus someone who just came off the street.